Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I'm Bobby Broyles, along with Rob Washburn. It was a tough weekend for CAA football, Rob, with 4 of the 6 teams being eliminated in the first round. But we do look forward to seeing what the 2 teams remaining have to offer as we head into the second round of the FCS playoffs.
Yeah, it was certainly a disappointing first round for CAA football fans, as all 3 teams facing non-conference opponents had leads at halftime but were unable to hold on during the final 30 minutes. Before we review those games, though, let's start in Harrisonburg, where James Madison got past conference foe Delaware 20-6 in a defensive battle. Dukes held the Blue Hens to 185 total yards and a pair of field goals while recording 5 sacks, including a safety by John Daka in the second quarter. JMU's offense controlled the ball for 37 minutes and got a solid effort from quarterback Ben DiNucci, who passed for 223 yards and hit Jake Brown with an 8-yard TD toss late in the third quarter after Delaware had pulled to win it within 12-6. The Blue Hens linebacker Troy Reeder capped an outstanding career with a game-high 16 tackles. Elon took a 7-3 lead on Southern Conference champ Wofford as Breland Cyphers capped a 16-play, 75-yard drive with a 1-yard run early in the second quarter, but the Phoenix were unable to score again as a pair of second-half turnovers proved costly in a 19-7 setback. Stony Brook used a 2-yard TD run from Donnie Leotine and a 36-yard scoring pass from Joe Carbone to Julius Wingate to take a 14-0 halftime lead at Southeast Missouri. But the tide quickly turned in the third quarter as the Redhawks took advantage of 3 Seawolves turnovers to score 28 points and take a 28-14 victory. Finally, Towson jumped out to a 10-0 advantage over Northeast Conference champ Duquesne as Tom Flacco connected on a 34-yard TD pass to Jabari Allen, but pouring rain in the second half slowed down the Tigers' high-powered attack, and the Dukes broke loose for a couple of big plays to earn a 31-10 win. Now, while the year didn't end the way any of those 4 teams would have liked, it certainly shouldn't take away from excellent seasons in which Delaware and Towson both ended long playoff droughts, and Elon and Stony Brook showed the strength of their programs by returning to the playoffs for the second year in a row.
JMU and Maine are the only teams still alive in this year's playoffs as we preview both of their contests coming up this Saturday, and both can be seen live on ESPN3. We begin in Orono at noon as the Black Bears, coming off their first round bye, will host a tough opponent in Jacksonville State out of the Ohio Valley.
Yeah, Maine is back in the playoffs for the first time since 2013, and the atmosphere at Alphonse Stadium on Saturday should be terrific.
Yep.
The Black Bears needed that week off after starting quarterback Chris Ferguson re-injured his shoulder in the finale against Elon, but he's ready to go and will look to build on a stretch of 5 straight games where he passed for over 225 yards. Now, his top target down the stretch has been Ernest Edwards, who has 26 catches for 489 yards and 5 touchdowns in the past 5 games, and is also one of the most dangerous kick returners in FCS. Now, the Black Bears have also gotten a lift from the play of freshman running back Ramon Jefferson, who's rushed for over 100 yards in 2 of his past 3 contests. Now, while Maine's offense has surged as of late, the Black Hole defense has been outstanding all year long.
Yep.
The Black Tears rank 4th nationally in total defense and are 2nd against the run and lead the CAA with 40 quarterback sacks. The unit is led by linebackers Sterling Sheffield and Deshaun Stevens, who have combined for over 160 tackles and 16.5 sacks. Now, as you said earlier, Maine will face a very formidable opponent, Jacksonville State, which is making its 6th consecutive FCS playoff appearance and is coming off a 34-27 win over East Tennessee last week. The Gamecocks' high-powered offense averages 41 points and nearly 500 yards per game and is led by quarterback Zarek Cooper, who has passed for over 3,000 yards and a school record 30 touchdowns this season. Jacksonville also leads the OVC in both total and scoring defense, giving up 301 yards and 22 points per contest. Maine has played its best this season against tough competition, going 5-0 against nationally ranked opponents and picking up a win over FBS foe Western Kentucky. Hopefully that trend will continue on Saturday.
At 1, JMU will make the trip to Hamilton, New York to take on Colgate out of the Patriot League. And Rob, points could be at a premium in this contest.
Yeah, if you're a fan of outstanding defense, this could be your game to watch. Yes. As we mentioned at the outset, the Dukes held Delaware to just 185 yards last Saturday, and the Hens became the 7th team that JMU has held to 10 points or less this season. It's been remarkable to watch a group that featured 10 new starters for the season opener at NC State develop into a unit that now ranks 6th in FCS in scoring defense and 7th in total defense. Veterans like cornerback Jimmy Moreland and linebacker Dimitri Holloway have been the leaders, but there are plenty of others who have emerged, especially on that defensive line. Now, offensively, the key to JMU's success over the past 3 weeks has been the play of quarterback Ben DiNucci, who's completed over 70% of his passes during that stretch. Facing another nationally ranked defense that's likely to load the box against the run, it will be critical for DiNucci to make plays in the passing game and also provide a threat on the ground. Now, Colgate went undefeated against FCS competition this season, including victories over New Hampshire and William & Mary, and suffered its only loss to a 9-2 Army team on the final week of the season. The defensive numbers the Raiders have put up are mind-blowing. They gave up just 57 points all season, recorded 5 shutouts, and at one point went 29 straight quarters without allowing a touchdown. They lead FCS in nearly every defensive category and have experienced players all over the field. Now, offensively, Colgate averages 30 points per game and relies heavily on a ground attack, led by Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year James Holland, who ran for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. This game sets up to be one where field position turnovers will be critical, and hopefully Jamie's experience going against a bevy of top-notch defenses in the CAA will prove to be a benefit.
CAsports.com/live scores is your source for live scoring and in-game live stats throughout this Saturday. Also remember to check in with us later that night with complete wrap-up with our CA Football Rewind on CAFootball.com.
Yeah, you can continue to follow the league on our many social media platforms such as Facebook.com/CA Football and Twitter @CA Football using the hashtag CAFB.
That is it from us today. Good luck to Maine and JMU Saturday. We will be back next week regardless. Enjoy the games, everyone.